Greetings, Planeswalkers, and welcome once again to the Arena. I am your host, Mint Alpha Lotus, here with you for 2 hours of drafting fun on the Edge of Eternity set that only has a couple of weeks left before we move into Through the Omen Paths or Spider-Man if you are in paper. So that's really exciting. They've already teased a whole pile of cards from Spider-Man, and the cards are going to have different artwork, different names in Arena, and they haven't really teased a whole lot of the Arena versions, so it's going to be a little bit confusing, I think, when that set comes out. I did just release a very short video about 5 commons to watch in Spider-Man for drafters and for sealed deck stuff. Some good, powerful things, I think, and some things that will definitely play into the different synergies that are in all the different archetypes of that set for draft. So yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of new, interesting powers that are, very Spider-Man-like. New subtypes in like heroes and villains, and there's cards that care about that. That's all really, really exciting. So we've only got a couple of weeks left of drafting Edge of Eternities consistently. So I'm hoping that we can trophy a few more decks. I think I've only trophied one deck this season in Edge of Eternities, and I think that was actually in sealed. I don't think I've even trophied a draft deck. In Final Fantasy, I think I trophied like 4 or 5 times. So this has been an absolutely bizarre set for drafting. The last draft that I did on the weekend, we got 4 wins, 3 losses, and the previous draft was the same. Drafted a lot of good stuff. Now, I mean, granted, my previous deck was not particularly fantastic. It had a bit too much stuff in the high end for my liking, and we did get run over a couple of times. But yeah, I mean, it's been a weird set to draft. Anyway, with that said, let's get to it. Oh, I did want to mention, actually, currently I am streaming on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. I think I'm going to cut that back to Monday and Wednesday, and then Saturdays I think I'm just going to release like a video of me drafting, and then that way I can try to do like a full draft, and it, kind of changes my schedule around a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I absolutely love live streaming. These are very, very fun, especially when you get awesome people in and we can chat about the cards, chat about the draft. But also, like, I do want to do a few videos where maybe I just focus on the draft and try to get through the entire draft. But all right, let's give this a shot. Of course, if you like what I'm doing, please consider liking and subscribing. It all helps out the channel for sure. And you will get to see more videos like this, and also more of my short form videos and more of my like history of the game videos and strategy videos as well. All right, here we go. What are we going to get in our pick 1, pack 1? That is the big question. Always very exciting. Always one person that doesn't click ready. There we go. All right. What are we going to get? Okay. A Vestige is fantastic. I will definitely grab that up. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff here. The Vestige, I think, is probably the best card. The Dauntless Scrapbot, also fantastic. Syr Vondam, amazing. Cryogen Relic, Banishing Light, Virus Beetle, Landseeker. That's all great stuff. And of course, Mouth of the Storm, which we got almost beaten by in our last draft, but somehow managed to pull a win out of that as we pulled a Pinnacle Killship at exactly the correct time. So the Anticausal Vestige is going to be interesting. I mean, we're going to care about getting a lot of land out and dropping stuff, but I mean, it just provides, like, to be able to warp that on 4 and hit something and just be able to drop like a 4-drop from your hand is great. It goes into pretty much every deck. It's good for stationing stuff. Yeah, we'll see what we get in our next pack, but, like, if I wasn't picking that, I'd probably either pick the Vondam, the Relic, the Scrapbot. Okay, now a Chorale of the Void. That's kind of cool to get past. I mean, the Depressurize here is good too. Like, Chorale, I don't think is a mind-blowing card, but, like, I'll take it. It's not bad, that's for sure. Sacred Foundry is also good, for fixing. And then the Wildwood, we had this, I think, in a previous draft. Good blocker. Other than that, the Lash Whip Predator, I mean, Depressurize would probably be my pick if the Chorale wasn't here. And realistically, Depressurize is probably what I should be picking. There's also a Pangolin for artifact synergies. The All Faith Scroll can be great. But let's take the Chorale. It's a fun card to play. Is this Magus? No, Robe of the Stars. Okay, so now there's another Depressurize here, which I'm going to snap that up instantly. That's fantastic. There's still a Scrap Bot here too, which is probably a better play, like a better thing to grab. But I'm just going to stick with the removal. Like, removal is so good in this format. I find Edge of Eternities removal is just king. Like, I mean, it's important in every format, obviously, but here it's just fantastic. But yeah, Robe of the Stars is not something I'm going to take. As cool as this artwork is, like, that is just gorgeous. I love these, like, 1950s sci-fi pulp novel tribute things. Man, it's so cool. Okay, Mechan Assembler, Desculpting Blast, the Greenhouse, Fate Maker. I mean, a Mechan Assembler is incredible. There's a vote out here. Maybe take the vote out as some more removal. I mean, there's just not that much more black. So maybe the Mechan Assembler. The Desculpting Blast is also fantastic. Like, I feel like maybe blue is not being heavily picked currently, but we'll see. I mean, it's hard because these four are all really, really solid cards. I don't know. Maybe the vote out just to stay in black, but let's take the Mechan Assembler, see where it goes. That way we stay a little bit open at least. Okay, so here, this is tough because I'm not going to take the Ilvoy Lightjammer. I'm definitely not going to take the Gravblade Heavy. Maybe the Lightsmith. Let's see where that goes. Hard to say, but yeah, I mean, Night Luminary and Lightsmith both in this pack is kind of interesting. Next, we've got maybe a Starfighter Pilot. Black seems to really be drying up. But yeah, I mean, like, Vanguard Trooper is only okay. Meltstrider's Resolve is fantastic, but and probably better, but like, I don't know that I want to stay that open, and Decode Transmissions would be a good pull as well. Let's take the Starfighter Pilot. Okay, that's bizarre. Okay, so that's a little worrisome because there's no good white or black here now. So maybe take the Starbreach Whale and see how that goes. It's just, yeah, I mean, the Close Encounter also fantastic. Tapestry Warden's not too bad. The Drone is a great card. Dual Sun Adepts is not a card that I really like all that much. It's okay. A 2/2 for 3 is, like, not great. The fact that it's double strike is good, but I think the Dockworker Drone is probably just better. It's a nice solid 2-drop, which it can be hard to find. Okay, so the Syr Vondam Wield, which let's start moving into that. Here, probably the Breacher. I'll take the Lightblade for sure if we're going to be aggressive. Now I'm guessing, I mean, these are both kind of junk, so I'll just sideboard that. Okay, Hard Light Containment. So I think we're probably looking at like black-white here. Hard Light Containment's good, but it's not that good in my opinion. I mean, much better. Wow, there's a Godmaw here. Much better is a vote out. But I don't know. Like, we also need to pull some creatures here. I think some of those might wheel, though. I mean, like, I don't really want to play the Flight Deck Coordinator, but a Monoist and a Prospector are good, but I think the vote out is probably the best thing here. And we definitely can use some more removal. Wow. Pain for All. Interesting. Hull Carver is a great card. That might be our pick. There's also a Lightless Evangel. which I think is probably a little bit better. Seamrip is also a fantastic, fantastic removal for like very early play. And the Wormwall Sweeper is good too. But I think here, like, having something that cares about sacrifice in Orzhov is always a good plan, in my opinion. So let's grab that up. Honor is fantastic. How are we doing for creatures, though? 7 creatures? Okay. So, I mean, the Gravpack Monoist can be good. The Hilderblade can be good. Here, I think we just really just want the Honor. It's, though, man, that's a tough call. The auxiliary boosters could be okay, too. The Gravpack Monoist is fantastic. I think let's grab the Honor anyway. It's a nice, cheap play. A good little trick that helps us draw another card. And now here, probably the Prospector is what I'm thinking. Other options are... Wow, there's another Mechan Assembler, and that's pick 4. Wow. The other option's probably the Starfighter Pilot, but I think the Bonesaw Prospector is definitely better rather than taking a second Starfighter Pilot. Let's grab that up. Don't really want to play a second Squire's Lightblade. Maybe the Bridge here. Gene Pollinator. It is really hard in this set to figure out where you need to be, I feel like. But yeah, let's take the Command Bridge. Might not end up playing it, but it will give us an option to fix. Okay, reroute system's good, but man, a Night Luminary is a gift. That is incredible. You can warp it in on 2, you can play it on 4. We need some 3-drops. Reroute systems is okay in my opinion, but it's not something that, like, I don't find it to be incredible. So we'll grab the Night Luminary. Reflecting Pool, that's not something we're going to play. The color. How are we doing for 4-drops? It's getting a bit hefty in the 4-drop area. But yeah, I mean, we can't really turn that down, I don't feel like. Okay, so the Hard Light Containment Wield, which I think we'll just grab that. Do we have many artifacts? We've got 2 artifacts, so it's probably... We might not end up playing it, but I think it's... Well, actually, we need a 3-drop, and a Comic Crawler, as much as I don't like it, is at least a 3-drop. The Flight Deck Coordinator is also not great, but it's a 3-drop. And there's another one. Hilderblade. I really don't foresee playing 3 of these. That's... Wow, okay, so that wield too. Amazing. Here. So the rears are not stuff for us. A Virus Beetle is quite nice. The Exosuit Savior, however, I think is probably what we're going to have to grab. That's a good 3-drop. It's a good evasive 3-drop. I mean, the Virus Beetle is probably better, but like this allows us to cut one of our Flight Deck Coordinators or the Comic Crawler. Yeah. And I mean, we're doing okay in creatures in 2-drops, so I think like we probably need that. Okay, Gravpack Monoist. Nice. That's a good pickup. Not going to play a second Honor, I don't think, especially not over Gravpack Monoist, which a Gravpack Monoist in Orzhov is incredible, especially with the Sacrifice Outlet. Yeah, coming back as 2/2 Robot Token. It's great. The Inquisitor can be okay, but a Banishing Light is fantastic. Yeah, a Banishing Light is a very big pleasure to see. We got a lot of creatures, yeah, so 2.9. Yeah, Banishing Light for sure here. I mean, I don't even know if the Anticausal Vestige is going to be very useful. I mean, we can use it to, I guess, drop one of our 4-drops. But yeah, we do have quite a bit of stuff that is a little bit high end. Grav kill. Yeah, I like grav kill. Man, we could really use a starship, though. Spacecraft, starship, starcraft. Yeah. The Knight Captain, also incredible card. That would be very good for our deck, but because we're trying to be aggressive and beat down, I figure like as much removal as we can get is probably a good way to go. We can start getting rid of some playables at this point, I feel like, too. This is the Celestial Colonnade. Wow, there are a lot of rares getting past here. There's another Lightsmith here. Not sure that we're going to play that, so maybe we just take a land or something like that. Just as a rare draft, because I don't foresee playing another. We're definitely not going to play another 4-drop. Another Syr Vondam. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm in. I'm in for a second Syr Vondam. I haven't seen that many Syr Vondams. I mean, like, Decode Transmission's probably better here, but, you know, I've got to go for that. Here we'll take the Knight Captain, I think. Probably better than anything else here. The only question is, what do I want to cut? Wow, an emergency eject. That's pretty nice. Yeah, we've got too many creatures for sure. I don't know. Probably not going to play 2 command bridges. I mean, we're not even going to play all the stuff we have currently, so probably not going to play the Breacher. A second honor, though, is something that I might play. Again, because it replaces itself, it's so fantastic. It helps you thin out the deck. It helps with the Sunstar Lightsmith. You know, that's what, our 4th. Another honor. Okay, we're not playing any more of those, thanks. All right, here we go. So what do we need to do? Cut like 3 cards, I think? Something like that. 2 cards? That's not too bad. I don't know. The command bridge... Not really sure that that is something I want to play. Man, I wish we had gotten an Umbral Collar Zealot or something like that. That would have been very, very useful. We're at 3, which is pretty decent for a very aggressive deck. And we should probably... Hey, Glarbach, thanks very much for the follow. How you doing today? Okay, so chat, what do we think here? This is, we need to cut probably a creature or 2. Night Luminary, I mean, it's more of a 2-drop. So creature count right now is 15 to 10. I mean, it's going to be a beatdown deck. It's going to be quite aggressive. We've got 2 Syr Vondams. The Anticausal Vestige, I don't know that it's that useful in this deck. It's a good card, but I mean, it's pretty high casting cost and not necessarily super useful. The Comet Crawler, I think, is probably cuttable. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3. Let's Nope. Yeah. So, I mean, good curve. Like, quite a good curve. Quite a lot of removal here. The Chorale of the Void should just be some fun. But we got Grav, Kill, Vote Out, Emergency Eject, Banishing Light, Depressurize, and Squire's Lightblade is kind of a trick. A couple of honors for card draw. The Hilder Blade is something I'm thinking about cutting because I don't know that it will be that useful. Lightless Evangel, I don't know. I feel like the command bridge can probably just be swapped in for, like swapped out for a land, like a basic land, because with only 2 colors here, I don't really foresee there being any problems casting anything. The only thing with 2 pips is Syr Vondam, and by the time we get to turn 5, if we don't have 2 black land, that's going to be a bit odd, I feel like. But I don't know. Maybe, like, I really dislike flight deck coordinators, so that's something that I could get rid of. It's definitely not the strongest card in the deck. What do you guys think in chat? Yeah, I'm thinking Swamp is definitely better than the Bridge. And well, apparently so does Arena. We've got a little bit more white than black, but by the same token, I mean, we do have one thing here that is, yeah. Got 2 black pips. So, I mean, a lot of our early plays are white. No, I didn't get any auxiliary boosters. There was only one that I saw, and there was something that was a little bit better in the pack. And I didn't want to go too deep into high end. Like, we do have quite a few 4-drops here, and auxiliary boosters, as good as they are, I mean, they're an incredible card. I mean, it might have been better in this deck than the Anticausal Vestige, but that was our pick 1, pack 1. I don't know. I feel like probably cutting a flight deck coordinator because it's just not that strong of a card, in my opinion. Though it might be better than the Comet Crawler. Like, our 3-drops. Yeah, Chorale of the Void is a weird card. Like, I find it's fun, and when it works, it really, really works. But, I mean, you have to keep triggering Void, and if I'm going to drop something, like, I'd rather drop something like a 4-drop anyway, because it would be better, I think, to have, you know, removal. And I mean, our 4-drops are all pretty solid. Yeah, let's probably drop the Chorale of the Void. And yeah, like, I don't want to drop anything under 4, really. The only thing I would probably consider would be like a Hilder Blade, because it dirtles a little bit in a deck like this. But I mean, if you can play it out on turn 1, it's fantastic. It at least sits there. It gives you something to do on turn 1. Because, I mean, Honor is not really something you can do on turn 1. Neither is Squire's Lightblade. They're just later on tricks, and those are fantastic with, like, the Lightsmith. So, I don't know. Let's give this a try. That, 14 creatures, 9 non-creatures, a little bit more white than black. Yeah, I mean, the Syr Vondams, that's what I'm hoping to close games out with. Like, that's kind of my win condition, to just run roughshod over the opponent. Let's give this a try. I mean, again, this season, this set has been really hard to tell like what sort of decks are going to go the distance. I find like having a lot of removal at least gives you options, but I mean, my last few decks I thought were going to be really, really solid, and they were okay, but they didn't go anywhere near the distance that I had hoped they would. It's not like something like Final Fantasy. And again, I think the lack of fixing, I mean, I've drawn so many hands with cards that I can't play, which means I either need to mulligan them or hope that something, you know, that I draw into something. And either way, it's not really good. Like, as I was saying in the last... Okay, this is good. As I was saying in the last draft that I did, I've won and lost more games in draft in this format than I ever have before. Due to, like, bad hands, sorry. Due to drawing bad hands. It's just, like, such a common thing. It's kind of nuts. Let's get out the Prospector. What do you think here? The Monoist? Yeah, removal's weird. Like I've definitely played some games where I've had some good games with not that much removal. And I've played a few games where like, okay, tragic trajectory's cool. And a relic. All right. Man, I wish I had drawn a land there. Yeah, this is a little bit weird. Really would have liked to land. I think here I'm going to just hold up. I'm going to attack. Going to use the lander token to draw a card, or to go get a land. See what opponent wants to do, but I don't want to miss a land drop here, and especially with Exosuit Savior, I can double spell into like a Dockworker Drone next turn even if I don't draw another land, because I can pick up a land and play it. Okay, Crumbutt Doggo. That's not so bad. Is he going to tap? Yeah. I mean, if he wants to tap down a 2-1, I'm okay with that. Let's activate this. Go get a Plains. Definitely not my most efficient turn ever, but... okay, so here we can play the Savior, pick up a land, and... what do we want to do? Probably play out the Knight Captain, I think. Just to get a good blocker for that dog. Decent board state. Got a couple of evasive creatures, which is all right. I mean, with some removal in hand, if he just plays something small, we can depressurize it and play the Dockworker Drone. So that's okay. If he plays something big, we can grab kill it. Faithful's all right. Okay. I mean, here I think we just attack all. If he's going to block with a Faithful, that's totally fine. I'm cool with that. Now, the only question is, like, do I want to play into a possible sweeper? He's got five land. I think I'm going to play the Comet Crawler and hold up Depressurize and just hope that he doesn't have Singularity Rupture or whatever it is. Yeah, I mean, that's 6 mana, so if he draws another one, I've literally got one, like, right on top of my desk here. If he draws another land, we're in trouble, but let's just hold up. I mean, it definitely feels like he is holding up for a sweeper based on having 7 cards in hand, but I mean, it's kind of hard to say. Circuit Feeder. Okay. That wasn't what I was expecting, for sure. So he'll probably kill my Monoist, I'm going to guess. Oh, okay. That's really weird. Sure. Okay. Here, I think we just kill that and get in for 6. And hold up Depressurize. I mean, it's yeah, this is one of those things where it's like, do I try to play around a sweeper or do I just try to go for the win here? I feel like the upside of, like, I mean, he's got 6 cards in hand. If he's got a sweeper, we're dead anyway. Like, I'm not going to be able to beat a sweeper. This way, at least we can, okay, Codecracker Hound. It's all right. Lost in space. Sure. Yeah, there's so many board wipes in this set. There are so many board wipes. I mean, like, I tend to draft a board wipe in every draft I do. This is one where I didn't see any board wipes, but last time we got the Mutinous Massacre. The time before that, I think we got Beyond the Quiet. We've had the Battleship thing. Like, I mean, some of them are pseudo board wipes, but like there are, yeah. It's very scary. Even like Pinnacle Starcage, which you don't seem, yeah, Massacre is great. That was really fun. We had one game where we did 50 damage in a turn with it. Like, we actually got it to work completely correctly and just stormed over opponent, that was really fun. But yeah, Beyond the Quiet's good. I have still not managed to get 0 Point Ballad to work on the 6 life thing to steal a creature. We've lost to that a couple of times, but you know, that's how it goes. Yeah, Litho Breaking can be good in some decks too. Yep, absolutely. I mean, Litho Breaking's like a Pyroclasm, Fire Magic kind of thing. For Staunch Crewmate. Cool. Or like more like higher end decks, stuff that, you know, has tougher creatures. Litho Breaking can be absolutely fantastic if you need to turtle down. So, all right. I mean, the aggression definitely worked there. That was okay. We stormed over opponent. I feel like he was probably a turn or 2 from stabilizing, and I think if we hadn't been on the play there, that would have been a little more troublesome for us. But, you know, these insanely aggressive decks thrive off of being on the play. I wish we hadn't missed that one land drop. Yeah, you can use it in combat. Yeah. Yeah, ding a bunch of creatures and then finish them off with litho breaking. Yeah, something I haven't tried litho breaking yet. It's something I definitely want to try to draft before the end of this set. Okay. Well, this is some real high-end stuff. It's a little bit... So this is a bit scary because... but I mean, we have 3 land, which is alright. And I am on the play, so I'm going to hope that I draw into something else. And hope that opponent doesn't just run me over immediately. But we'll see. If we can draw 2... No 2-drop off the top here. Oh well. Night Luminary. Great play. Cool. Drawing a depressurize is nice. Get down a monoist. Yeah, you absolutely cannot get behind an early game in this format. You get really run over very, very quickly. The Eulogist, I feel like something that is worth depressurizing. I mean, the only other option is to play the Vestige, which I can play that on turn 5, I guess. Well, no, I mean, I can play the Vondam next turn, but yeah, I do want to get rid of this. It's definitely not making me happy. Okay, Terra Symbiosis. Wow. So we can kind of see what opponent's doing here. So here, I kind of want to just warp the Vestige, play the Hilderblade, and play out Syr Vondam after... Yeah, I think that's the play. Like, let's warp this. Because we can attach that. Get in for 2. Target that. Draw a card. And let's play out Vondam. Squadron Ace. That's nice. Yep, opponent's got some good +1 counter synergy here. Wet Blade Enhancer. All right. Well, here, I think we will banish Squadron Ace. Get in for tons. So, I mean, opponent's got to deal with that monoist next turn. He's got 6 mana, so it should be doable. Okay. I mean, this turn, I think we just attack with the monoist. I mean, his other option is to chump. Yeah, I mean, let's do other creatures get... Yeah, let's attack all. Maybe... He's got 3 cards in hand other than the Enhancer. He's going to lose 2 of his creatures if we attack with Syr Vondam. The other thing is he might have a focus fire for the monoist. It's holding priority on him, so he definitely has something. I feel like he probably has a punch spell. What do we do here? Do we attack with everything? I mean, I think that Grav Pack Monoist is going to get shot down regardless, so let's do this. Okay, never mind. Four, five, six. Let's, I mean, we've only got to do 1 damage, so let's diversify here. And this turn we can attack all, and at the very least, it'll be a turn in which our Death Touchers devastate his board, I would assume. Wish we'd had 1 more land. Could have played the Vestige as well. So, I mean, opponent's thinking, which is always good. Diadream? Alright. Okay. That's a lot of cards. Might have some removal here. Alright, so now if he has a punch spell, we're good. Let's attack all. I mean, he could have a Radiant Strike as well. Entirely possible. Drawing 3 cards does kind of suck, but... Alright, blow that out. And that's game. Ooh. Thanks. That was dicey, but I mean, we were applying a lot of pressure from the beginning. But like, not being able to play something till turn 3, it's not a good hand, right? Like it was dodgy to keep that for sure. I don't know. I mean, it worked out okay, but like you said, you cannot get behind in this format if you miss a land drop, if you don't have anything to play until turn 3. In the last couple of sets in Final Fantasy, in Dragonstorm, like it was okay generally to not play stuff for the first couple turns. Like in Dragonstorm, if you were going up against Boros, then yeah, you're probably going to get run over if you didn't play anything till turn 3. But everything else, like most of the 3-color decks and stuff, you could afford to like not have a lot going on early game and still be okay. In this, you can't. Like, you absolutely cannot. This is such an aggressive format, I feel like. And the best decks that I have played in Edge of Eternities have all been incredibly aggressive and had like good curve outs, turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, and strong plays. I think in this we were okay because like our opponent only playing that Night Luminary, like warping it on turn 2 meant he had a 1/1 token on turn 2. We get like a 2/1 flyer. Like we're still ahead at least, but yeah, that was extremely dodgy. I'm gonna go get my token thing here. That's the last thing. And it's a Vendo. Yeah, the 1-for-1 removal not, you know. Yeah, I completely agree. And even, like, I find that some of the sweepers are so conditional in this set. Like, I mean, they can often be good, but, like, in our last draft, we played the Mutinous Massacre, and in one game, we were just short by, like, a couple of points of damage from a win. But it was, like, that was so, yeah. Again, it's so conditional, and opponent was playing out, like with Mutinous Massacre, you have to either choose odd or even, and half of opponent's creatures were odd casting costs, the other half were even. And like, okay, well, we're going to do a big attack, and then we're going to get swept over, you know, on the swing back. So it's, yeah, it's, I don't know. I still think, like, Beyond the Quiet is probably my favorite sweeper in the set, because it's not super conditional, just exiles, you know, all creatures, all spacecraft for what, 5 mana, I think it is. And that's, you know, a pretty vanilla sweeper. And you can really, like, destroy your opponent with that thing. Yeah, Massacre can be, like, you do have to play around removing the right stuff. And sometimes if you're being heavily pressured, like in that game, we were so heavily pressured that we didn't even have options on what we had to remove. Like, we just had to keep removing big things, basically. Yeah, it can be really hard. And again, like, that stems from just getting behind. And in that game, we really got behind, and a lot of our creatures were more aggressive rather than good defenders anyway. It's, yeah, you have to really choose how you play in this set. Okay, so 2-0. That's not bad. Let's try another one here. So Glarbach, how long have you been playing Magic for? Do you, like, mainly play Paper or Arena? Okay. Somebody up in Platinum. You know, this doesn't look that bad. If we draw another land, we've got a nice curve here. 4th edition, okay. Yeah, I played since Revised. I mean, I started playing in Revised, and I've kind of popped in and out since. We're on the play again here. Yeah, I think I played from, like, mid to end way through Revised up until probably about 5th, maybe, I think it was 6th edition. Okay, opponent's mulliganing. That's always good for us. So yeah, it sounds like we've been playing about the same amount of time. I think, like, Legends in the Dark had kind of just gone out of print when I had started playing. And it feels like I played Revised forever, even though, like, realistically it was only a couple of months. But, you know, when you're that age, everything feels so much longer, I guess. So opponent's on Boros here. Get after 2. Play the Monoist. If we draw another card, or draw another land, we can play the Night Luminary. If not, we can just warp it in. Pangolin. Okay, I think actually what I am going to do is warp in the Luminary anyway and hold up Depressurize for the Pangolin. Though I kind of just want to depressurize it right now, to be quite honest. That thing can get so out of control. Let's do that. Get in for a good solid amount. Yeah, I had so many breaks in Magic over the years. I mean, back when I was playing in those early days, I was in high school and then I went to university. And in university, it's like, do I want to eat or do I want to, like, what do I want to do here? Okay, so this is a little awkward, I feel like. But let's play the Honor, hope to draw into a Plains, maybe? I definitely don't want to grab kill the Turbo Drone. That just feels really bad. if I can draw into a plains, that would be good. Don't know that I want to give him a lander token either. 5 will take him to 9. I mean, this allows me to get in for 5 anyway, so that's all right. Okay. I mean, that's... So we get in for 6. He's got something to do with the plains? Focus fire, is it? He's going to focus fire a monoist or something, maybe? Yeah, like, I was in university for a long time, so there was a big chunk of time where I wasn't playing, for sure. It's been a wild tour. Like, I started playing, when Arena came out, I started playing again pretty heavily, like when Strixhaven was released. I really liked Strixhaven. That was a great set with the learned mechanics. Okay, opponent's still drawing a good amount of land. Gonna remove that. Yeah, okay. That's all right for us. Are we gonna get a focus fire now? It just doesn't really make that much sense to focus fire any of these guys, I guess. You're gonna avoid, 2 damage. Oh, beta. How is beta Arena? Like, this Arena's really changed a lot over the years. Okay, Savior. Yeah. Good play. Okay, yeah, LGS. Cool. Okay, he's warped this in, so I think we emergency eject the suit savior. Get in for piles more. 4, 5, 6, yeah. Okay, he's definitely holding up certain mana. It's only got 1 card left in hand, so that's all right. Cool. So that 4 mana, do you think that represents a Radiant Strike? Probably. No, opponent scoops. Wow. So, yeah, I mean, my experience with Edge of Eternities is that aggro just rules this format. And again, we did not have a particularly aggressive hand there, but I mean, opponent had nothing, and we just, like, all that removal just kept removing every blocker, getting in every turn for 3, 4, 5 damage. Yeah, I'm pretty far from local game stores here too. So, oh wow, nice. I'll always take a Stadium Headliner. That's a fantastic card. I do like that. Nice when your uncommon gets upgraded to a rare card. There's a couple of LGSs here where I am, but I tend to travel to one that's about half an hour from me once a week, once every couple of weeks, depending on what they're doing for draft or what the pre-release events are. Because I just, like, you're probably the same as me. Like, you get to a certain point and you just kind of pick your LGS based on the people who go there and the feel of the place and, you know, how nice and bright and welcoming it is. I am, at that point where, like, I've played in LGSs that I like, I don't even know how to describe it, but like there's definitely been some that I've just not felt the groove of because, like, Magic players come in all shapes and sizes, right? And like some of them are very friendly, very welcoming, and it's not all about winning. And then some of them are very obsessed with winning. Some are not particularly understanding if maybe you don't play as much as they do. And like, you know, that I guess that's fine, but like it's just not my groove. Like I like to play pretty chill and just kind of have fun and just welcome, you know, all sorts of different people. Oh, that's good that yours is a really good one. Yeah, there's one that's much closer to me, and I wouldn't say it's a bad store. Like it's not bad, but like I definitely prefer to go to the other one, the one that's a bit further away. And I mean, luckily I'm at a point in my life where I am able to travel a little bit further for, you know, a better experience. So yeah, I'm all about that. Like there's one person who comes to the drafts that we do at the store that I go to. And again, it's not a player who's like particularly fantastic. She's like just a chill, cool person, but she doesn't focus on winning. Like she loves deck building and she just likes playing. And we'll do drafts, and often she's like, I would say in kind of the bottom tier. But like the last draft we did, she pulled a one of the like premium artworks of Evendo the Waking Heaven. And I was like, that's so awesome, because like win or lose, you've now just won, because like that card is worth more than what the entry fee was. So like that, like I like to see that, you know, it's nice when like, it's great when people win, but it's also cool when people who maybe don't win quite as much also win. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm a weird communist or something like that. 1 hour drive. Oh man. Yeah. That's 1 hour is pushing it. Like the place I go is like about 25 minutes, depending on traffic, maybe half an hour. And that's cool. But like, I don't think I'd go much further than that. I'm going to take like just a brief, really brief 5-minute break here. Just kind of stock up on some water. We're already 3-0, which is, I think this is the best that we have done in a draft. Like, we've gone, you know, 4, 5, 6 wins, but like, I don't think we've ever gone 4, 5, 6 wins and started that with a 3-0. Now, I mean, we have been on the play all 3 of these games, which has definitely contributed to our winning them. And we're probably not going to get that lucky with all of our coin flips. But like last night, I was playing standard, and I think I played 15 games where I was on the draw for 14 of them, because, you know, Arena, it's rigged. It's not. But anyway, I'll be right back. And we're back. Yeah, I was wondering why there was nobody in YouTube chat, and I quickly realized that I had it set to like a unlisted stream. So that was not good. Okay, but yeah, there's always a lot of stuff to remember at the beginning of every stream. But yeah. Okay, so we're 3 wins, 0 losses. Fantastic looking little deck. I mean, I wouldn't say that there's anything ludicrously powerful in here. We passed a lot of rares for sure. But it's just, I don't know, it's solid. It's good. 2 Syr Vondams, I think, is going to really be, I mean, I wish we could have got the rare Syr Vondam as well. That would have been incredible. Or a Halia. My first pre-release event for Edge of Eternities I went to, I got Halia, the rare Syr Vondam, the Syriema, and I think 2 of this uncommon Syr Vondam as well, and a couple of other things too. And man, that deck just like steamrolled people. It was so ridiculous. I had like a pile of Radiant Strikes in order to, you know, interact with Halia to draw me more cards. It was nuts. Yeah, that was very good. Okay, so let's try some more here. And the other thing is, again, unfortunate, but that I didn't, you know, set YouTube correctly today. But I am cracking a collector's pack of Aether Drift today because we have 50 subscribers on YouTube now. And when we get to 100, I've got an Edge of Eternities one that I'm going to crack. I've never cracked a collector booster before, so to me this is really exciting. Now I realize Aether Drift probably not the greatest set in the world. There's probably, you know, not like people probably aren't that excited for it, but I thought, you know, as a like, because I do love to open cardboard on the stream, And just as a way to thank everybody for all the support, I wanted to open, you know, a collector booster. All right, let's pray that we get a few more coin flip wins here. Wow, in 1 second, absolutely crazy. Oh yeah, and now we're up in platinum. Awesome. So I'm first with, I wouldn't call this a great hand. Man, I don't feel good about this. What do you think, stream? What should we do here? Is this mulligan territory? I mean, it's not good. We are on the play, which is okay. I don't know. Like, I'm probably going to keep this because at least there's land to play everything. But it's a little dodgy, for sure. Comet Crawler is not the strongest card in the deck. And we're going to probably run out of gas pretty early. Yeah, I would probably keep this too. Yeah, like that's my... we'll try it. Like, we have both types of land. We can play pretty much everything. Syr Vondam we can't play unless we get another black. But yeah, I mean, I've mulliganed way too many times into worse hands to bother trying to mulligan this. Do this. Nutrient block, okay. Probably should have just played the swamp. Alright. Next turn we'll get out the Comet Crawler. Couple of removal, and the Light Blade, I mean, is kind of nice. Pilot, okay. Yeah, I feel like we could pretty easily get run over here. Opponents had like a nice one drop to Honesaw Prospector. Where were you last turn? Oh, you make me so upset. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play the... no, actually, I'm going to play the Comet Crawler. It's a good defender. And I don't feel like Prospector plus Squire's Light Blade is a particularly... Oh, wow. 3. Depressurize. Okay. So yeah, if we had played the Beamsaw Prospector and gone for like a Light Blade trick, we might have ended up in a lot of trouble there. Let's play out both of these. Okay, so we've got an okay board now. Rammer? Yep. All right. This is first strike, right? And yeah, it's on 9, so I think we're okay just attacking. So we now have enough mana to play pretty much everything. Boat out is a sorcery, emergency eject is not, so here I think we'll just attack for 4. See what opponent wants to do. Okay, another pilot. Alright, Monoist is nice. Okay. Yeah, I haven't been able to get Untapped to really work with Twitch. You're probably right. There's something I need to do for sure. Okay, so we're in a bit of trouble here for sure. Especially because we're drawing more land. We've drawn a lot of land here. Alright, let's attack. I don't really feel like voting out any of those guys. It just doesn't seem like a great plan. Another rammer. Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm going to make a note to try to fix that untap thing, because it is a really cool feature to have in the stream. I'm also trying to get to 10 follows on Twitch, just to be able to like start using all the channel actions, that sort of stuff. So that would be cool. Okay. All right, he's going to attack in. No, he's not going to attack in. Cool. Yeah, we're way behind here. This one I don't feel like we're going to win. Though the Lightsmith is okay. I wish we... Oh, I guess actually we can convoke... I mean, I really want to convoke the rammer, but I also want to, let's do this. I just, tap a couple of these. I want to draw that card for sure. Okay. Because, I mean, opponent's top decking here, so that puts us in, you know, I don't want to say a good position, but... I mean, if we can draw into something else that we can double spell next turn, then we're... Yep, okay. Never mind. That's not really going to do it. I mean, the Night Luminary is not even a great defender. Let's just play it out. Yeah, opponent's very much going to start pressuring us. I mean, he can also blow that nutrient block at any time to get a bit of life back. We're definitely not in a good position here. He's going to draw another card. We've got to draw something good. We've drawn way too much land. for a deck like this. I mean, it might even be good just to drop down to 16 land. Like, we do have, oh my goodness, a Pinnacle Kill Ship. All right. Luckily, he can't cast it yet, but if he blows that lander token, he's getting pretty close. Yeah, those Starfighter pilots have provided him with an absolute ton of value. Okay, so here I think we just do this, and I'm going to do this as well. He's got some sort of trick. Oh, okay. Drone's good card, yep. More land. Yeah, yeah, it's one of these. Okay, we gotta draw something better than this. Do that and take the rest, I guess. What's he got? Wow. Zealot. That would have been nice. Okay. We can pay in case he has a counterspell. We've got to get rid of that rammer. Not that it, you know, not that it matters all that much. Especially if he can play that Pinnacle Kill Ship next turn, if he draws into one more land. Yeah. All right. That's the way it goes. Yeah, I mean, that wasn't a great hand that we kept, unfortunately. And we knew it. Yeah, there goes the Night Luminary. Okay, block this. Don't think there's anything we can do to get out of this, and a land is definitely not going to do it. What is that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we drew 9 lands, and we had a lander token. That's game. All right, so that's not bad. It's that's how it goes sometimes. 1 loss. 3 wins, 1 loss. Not gonna be too upset over that. All right, so we've got some people in our YouTube chat now too. How are you guys doing? That's unfortunately at the beginning of the stream, I had the YouTube thing set to unlisted. So yeah, Usually we have a lot more people in the stream, but yeah, that was oversight on my part. That's magic. Yep. Do love that saying. That's magic. Sometimes that's all you can say. And I mean, it wasn't a bad game. Like, opponent just ground us down. Oh, wow. Playing somebody in Diamond? Wow. I guess their win rate is not that fantastic. So here, again, like 3 drops, 4 drops. I'm, you know, once again on the play. I mean, I really hope to God we don't miss a land here. If we miss a land drop, this game is over. It's definitely a bit of a dodgy hand, but okay, we're good. Could really use a 4th land as well. Wow, a Zealot. That's all right. That Night Luminary would have been good last turn. Now here, I don't know. I feel like... yeah, let's just get the Grab Pack Monoist online. I mean, that way if he attacks, we just block with the Monoist. If he's got some sort of removal, then if he wants to play it on a Monoist, I'm okay with that. But to me, this is a good... that's a good trade. You get a robot. And his own Monoist. Okay. Oh, this is so awkward. Alright, the Banishing Light, I think, is probably the best play for the Monoist, and just get in for 2. I mean, we've got a lot of removal in hand, and I don't want to give him a robot token. That's, like, probably the cleanest way to deal with that. Okay, so we missed... oh my lord. Okay. And he can actually double spell. Wow. That is brutal. Oh, that feels bad. However, let's get rid of that. Next turn, we can probably play something. Play the Lightsmith, I guess. 2/1/1 tokens kind of sucks. Oh my lord, a Requiem Monolith. He's gonna kill his own guys? Okay. I mean... Starport security. Alright. I think... man, like we so badly need another white land here. But I think this is what we need to do. Just to hold up. I mean, he can kill his own guys and take some damage. If he wants to tap my dude, that's okay too. Titan. Whoa. Okay. Wow, I think I actually probably would have killed one of my tokens in that situation. All right. Now this is nice. Here, I'm going to eject that Titan. And then attack in. So we've got 6 land next turn. We can Exosuit Savior, Night Luminary to draw a card. I mean, he can start tapping down my Lightsmith, and that's all right. Boosters? Okay. Yeah. It's gonna... yeah, I mean, that Monolith is gonna cause me some serious problems. So we've got 6 mana. I feel like here we warp, and then we play the Exosuit Savior, pick up the Night Luminary. As bizarre a choice as that is. Let's warp that. Because then we can always warp it again. It's odd, but, you know. There we have it. Oh, no, yeah. I'm going to say we could pick up a land, but we already played a land. So we can attack in here. Gonna chump. Yep. All right. The opponent's got a lot of cards in hand. Eternity? Wow, okay. Gonna have to grab kill that. We can double spell again next turn, which is alright. Drone, okay. Yep. Okay. I mean, that monolith is providing an enormous amount of value there. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Oh. Oh. Nice. That is nice. Okay, so that's a massive reversal of fates. That's, yeah, I mean, a double Cosmogran there, plus Requiem Monolith hanging away every turn. That's a little insurmountable, unfortunately. That's just how it is. Drawing an extra card every singular turn is, yeah, there's not a lot of ways to deal with that. Okay, and this is the portion where we draw into a lot of land. My opponent still does have to be kind of careful here. Like, we are absolutely in a position to potentially run him over. He's only at 8, so that's all right. Wow. Okay. What is with this draft? This is mental. He's got Cosmogran Zenith and Elegy Acolyte and Monolith. And his win rate is 3-1, I guess? That's... Yeah, we brought a stick to a nuke fight here, I think. This is not winnable. This is so ridiculous. Yeah. This is not even helpful. Yeah, I mean, that kill ship put us out of the game. That's That is, yeah. The fact that he had a Cosmic Grand Zenith, brought it back, the Titan, this is nuts, has been pinging away all game with the Monolith to draw more and more and more cards. What do we do here? There's, I don't know. Let's pass turn. I mean, all he has to do is grind us down with auxiliary boosters. Like, he just has to equip that to the Elegy Acolyte. He's got a Starforge as well. I mean, just, yeah, station the kill ship. Put the boosters on the Acolyte. There are a lot of paths to victory here. He's going to start gaining life now. Put the boosters on the Acolyte. Okay. Or not. Yeah, we got ground into the dirt here. Double Cosmic Grand Zenith. I mean, considering what we were up against, I think we did quite well. This was pretty much insurmountable. Yeah, blow the Lantern token. Let's see what we draw anyway. I mean, there's no hope here, but we're doing quite all right, I feel like, for a bit there. Crawler is not going to get it done. Yeah, I mean, that, I think, given the card quality we were up against there, I think we did as well as we could have. Yeah, like, double Cosmic Grand Zenith is ridiculous. And the fact that he could, you know, continue to activate it constantly. The Monolith, that was... I mean, I probably should have removed the Monolith earlier. I could have destroyed an online permanent. But the Titan was also a big problem. That was, yeah. There was not a lot of ways out of that. The opponent's deck was ridiculous there. The Monolith, the Cosmic Grand Zenith, the Elegy Acolyte. Elegy Acolyte and Cosmic Grand Zenith are two of the top 3 win rate cards in the format. To have both of them, and then the Monolith is in the top 10 if memory serves. Wow, we are up against, like, really high-end people today. So I'm first. I got a turn 2, turn 3 play. That's all right. We'll do that. I've gone first every game, haven't I? Not bad. Okay. Opponents had to mulligan once, which is helpful. And if we draw one more, we can draw one more land. We can... Oh. That's actually kind of interesting, too. Though I think I'm going to play the drone. Because in green, there's not, like... I'm not that concerned about it getting removed. In worst case, I can... Yeah, with the Stinger, I'm going to attack in, play the Light Blade, and then play the Night Captain here, I think. May as well get in for 2. I feel like. Okay, then I will play the Suit Savior. That creature dies, so it's of no use. Thawbringer, alright. Cool. Okay. Let's go to combat. Look this in. Yeah, I think I'm going to remove that Thawbringer. Thawbringers are just a little too spicy. Another one. All right. Okay. Well, I mean, on the bright side, we are getting ahead here. Okay, that's cool. So let's attack in. And we've got to depressurize, which is nice. Doesn't really work against Thawbringer, but I mean, if he wants to attack with Thawbringer, we're okay with that. Cool. I mean, if he's got a punch effect to take out my Vestige, then that sucks. No, opponent scoops. Okay. What I was saying at the top of the show is literally what just happened here, and it's that he got stuck on one type of land. He mulliganed and then got a hand that, you know, I mean, maybe he's playing black as a second color or something like that, but yeah, I mean, he's getting swamped here. Next turn, we're just going to depressurize and run in for 10. Like, I have won and lost more hands of this set than I think I've ever seen, all based on just bad draws. This is the format for bad draws galore. I don't know what it is. It's just a weird set design. Like, without that much fixing, without a ton of ramp even, like, there's really not that much ramp in the set. I mean, there's the Larval Scoutlander, which works as ramp. Lander tokens are kind of ramp, but you kind of also have to take a turn off in order to, like, in early game, you have to take a turn off in order to blow them, which doesn't make them particularly useful in my mind. I don't know. So we're 4 and 2, which is, that is so standard for draft in Edge of Eternities. The number of drafts that I've gone 4 and 3, I think outstrips anything else. Almost every draft I've done is 4 and 3, which I'm not going to complain because, I mean, that's basically most of your entry fee back, and 3 packs on top of that. You get like 3 packs for 100 gems, essentially. That's okay. In terms of your ladder standing, your ahead wins over losses, so you're going up in the ladder. That's all right as well. I'm not going to cry over 4 wins, but man, like, I really want to trophy a deck. So, as promised, we've only got a little less than 20 minutes left in the stream. And as I said, because we hit over 50 subscribers on YouTube, I think we're at 53 or something now. Let's check the live total. But for 50 subscribers, my goal was to open a pack, a collector's pack of Aether Drift. So let's head over to the card cam. All right, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so pack of, man, collector. I've never done this before. This is really, really exciting. I know, I'm sure, like, all of you people out there watching, you're like, collectors, you've done it all. But for me, you know, started playing this game in '94, something like that, and That's 30 years. I've never opened one. Not that they existed in the early days, but I guess this is kind of the equivalent of opening like an out-of-print booster back in the day, like a Legends or something like that. Italian Legends came out when I was playing, but man, that sold out real fast. So, okay. I had no idea this even existed. This is a start your engines foil version 1, 2, 3. Whenever an opponent, so that's the token for start your engines, I guess. Also, I got this, which is something I actually got a copy of this earlier today. Gas Guzzler, and this is the showcase art. So it's like that 1970s keep on trucking kind of mad, like the mad. I don't exactly know what the artwork is, but man, like when I was a kid, this stuff was so cool. I think realistically, that's why I picked up this booster of Aether Drift, just because, yeah. Another rare here. Did I started out with the rares? Okay, so let's flip it over. Everything is like, wrong way around. Howler's Heavy, Seal Pirate, which I don't know that I even have this in Arena. I'm sure I must. I have a ton of Aether Drift cards. Howler's Heavy, cycling for 2. You can discard it, draw a card, and it's a 3/4 for 4 mana. When you cycle this card, target creature or vehicle an opponent controls get -3, -0 till end of turn. So that doesn't seem like particularly fantastic. Doesn't seem terrible, but certainly not what I would call fantastic. Here is one of the set's multi-lands, Dismal Backwater, which I think has been reprinted time and time again. You gain 1 life, and you can add blue or black. Wow, a set that has multi-lands in it. How amazing. Also foil is Endrider Catalyzer, a 3/1, very aggressive creature for 2 mana. It has start your engines, and at max speed, you can tap it to add 2 red mana. That actually seems quite decent. I wouldn't first pick it, but like a mana dork at max speed, and you can probably get in for a couple of hits early on, maybe 1 or 2. Another foil, Beast Rider Vanguard. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a permanent card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Okay, so I mean, it's a 2/2 for 2, which is, that's an okay stat line. And then it gives you something to dump your mana into late in the game. Well, it looks like it would have been all right. Another land, Foul Roads. Land enters tapped unless you control a mount or vehicle. You can tap it for black, or for 1 and a black, sacrifice the land, create a 1/1 colorless pilot creature token with this token saddles mounts and crews vehicles as though its power were 2 or greater. Activate only as a sorcery. That really doesn't seem that great. I don't know that I would be taking that all that high. A Glory Heath Lynx, again foil. A 2/3 cat mount for 2, so good stat line. Lifelink, whenever this creature attacks while saddled, search your library for a basic plains card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. And you can saddle it for 2. That seems like a fantastic uncommon. It's definitely something I would value. The Green Belt Guardian. Target creature gains trample until end of turn for 1 green mana. And it's a 2/2 for 2, which is okay. And you can exhaust it to put 3+1/+1 counters on that creature. So late in the game, it can become a 5/5. And that, gives as many creatures as you want trample. That seems quite solid. Ooh, wow. That's a nice full art land that is a foil full art land, basic land forest. Quite nice. Everything was like Aether Drift was basically like Wacky Racers. I mean, it was for those of us, I guess, who remember the 1970s and 1980s, it was probably a little more interesting. I don't know if for anybody younger, if it was really that exciting or interesting. There's another showcase art. It's a Simic card that 1 colorless, 1 green, 1 blue for 3/5. It's a vehicle that has vigilance. Whenever you activate an exhaust ability, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying, cruise for 1. Seems okay. Doesn't seem like it's mind-blowing. This is a foil. Hull Drifter. When this vehicle enters, draw 2 cards. Flying, 3/2, cruise for 3. Yeah, seems okay. Ooh, Draconautics Engineer. That's a great little card. Wow. It's a foil. Yeah, 2 for a 2/2. You can exhaust it. Other creatures you control gain haste until end of turn. Put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. And then you can exhaust it to create a 4/4. So it's got 2 different exhaust abilities. Create a 4/4 red dinosaur dragon creature token with flying. That's a fantastic rare. I think that figured into like quite a few decks. This card, Stride Hanger Automaton. 3 colorless for a 1/4 artifact creature construct. Thopters you control gain +1/+1. Yeah, I didn't play Aetherdrift, but it did seem like there was a very strong Thopter theme in the set. If one or more artifact tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus create those tokens plus an additional 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying are created instead. Bit of a run-on sentence there, but you know, give it a pass. Yeah, seems good. And again, seems like, oh, this is a commander card, I think. Is that what that symbol is? I think this is a commander card. I don't think this was in, this doesn't look like it was in standard. And it honestly looks like it's more of a commander card anyway, with like the Anthem effect and the fact that it creates more tokens. Probably a little bit more Anthem-y, or a bit more commandery. Cursed Cloth Wrappings. Cool. Zombies you control get +1/+1. Again, an Anthem. It's an artifact. Target creature card in your graveyard gains Embalm until end of turn. The Embalm cost is equal to its mana cost. Now, what was Embalm? That was in like one of the older Boros sets. War of the Spark or something like that. It's you can cast stuff from your graveyard, but then it dies at end of turn or something like that. I forget what it is. But anyway, yeah. I remember Cursed Cloth Wrappings being in a few decks, which is kind of exciting. And then this, I don't know if it's of any use. It's full art. Count on luck. 3 red for an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. So it's a great way to get some card draw for red. Kind of cool. And I mean, you could even play this in an aggressive deck potentially. Seems like it would be a decent card to be able to draw like an additional card every turn. I think that, yeah, I'm surprised that that's not in more red, like mono red decks. It seems like it would be a fantastic card to play in a mono red deck, but I guess mono red is trying to close out the game within 2 or 3 turns anyway. So I don't know. The Gas Guzzler is kind of cool, but in general, didn't seem like it was that mind blowing of a pack. I don't think there's any way that I made the cost of that pack back in terms of cash. But I mean, that is cracking packs in general. It's always fun, like watching some of these guys crack packs on YouTube and just like, yeah, this thing cost me $500 and I got $8 out of it. But again, that's magic. So we've only got a few minutes left here. I am going to just kind of go back over the deck. It's like, I mean, to get 4 and 2 is fantastic. It's been, you know, the Anticausal Vestige is an incredible card that figures into pretty much any limited deck. Even if you can just play out something that's like 3 mana, whatever, it's a great way to draw an additional card and then, you know, get something out of your hand. And if you have something really, really big, you can always like, you know, you can use this to kind of get 2 cards out in a turn. It's great. And I mean, if it gets killed, it replaces itself with an additional card as well, which is okay. Now, again, I don't know if I should be playing 16 lands here. Like the mana curve is not that low. It's 2.9, but I mean, that's being held up by the high-end stuff, and I really don't want to necessarily find myself in a position where I'm drawing into a lot of these higher-end cards, because, I mean, there is a lot in the 4-drop range. Now, again, I mean, the Night Luminary is basically like a 2-drop, but, yeah, we still got, like, what, 5, 6, 7 cards in the upper reaches here, so playing 16 lands, and especially with 2 black pips on Syr Vondam, playing 16 lands feels like it might be a bit dicey. And we have had, like, we lost one of those games because we missed a land drop. So it's hard to say. But yeah, I mean, the real showpiece here is the fact we got 2 Syr Vondams. It's rare that I ever even see Syr Vondams in drafts anymore. They get snapped up so fast. Chorale of the Void is like a fun card. I did want to draft with it, but it is, I would say it's a little bit dicey to try to play with that in this deck. But I don't know. Like, we do have a couple of like evasive creatures, which might make it worthwhile. But as a 4-drop, like, I don't want to drop a Hilderblade or something like that to play a Chorale of the Void, because we're just really shifting really far up the ladder there. And the Sunstar Lightsmith is also a really, really nice card, especially with a couple of honors, Squire's Lightblade, a bunch of 2-drops that we can use to get that value engine going there. And I feel like if opponent hadn't drawn Pinnacle Killship in that previous game to this one, we would have probably been able to grind him out. But that Monolith, man, that was providing just stupefying amounts of value. I got one of those once and I won a ton of games just based on being able to draw card after card after card after card. It's incredible. All right. So this coming week, Wednesday, I might do my stream a little bit later on Wednesday. I might be late to the stream. I've got a dentist appointment, which I'm not looking forward to. Just, it's just a routine thing. But it might actually cut into the start time of my stream. And then I think starting this week, I think Saturdays, I'm not going to stream on Saturdays anymore. What I will do on Saturdays is put together like a recorded video of a stream on the weekends and then post like one of those a week just to diversify the stream a little bit. Like, I do love streaming. It's really fantastic, chatting with chat and that sort of thing. But I think like having a bit more variety of videos might really help. I don't know. Like, we're still finding our footing. I've only been doing this for a month, and the response has been phenomenal. I really appreciate everybody like getting my back here. The fact that in a month we've got 50 subscribers on YouTube means a lot. Like, it's really cool, and I've been having a blast. I started this channel because I find in a lot of these sets I don't draft enough because life gets in the way, and unless I specifically make some time to do it this way, I often just kind of skip out on things. But yeah, it's been great having everybody here to kind of help out with the drafts, lend their input, and just be here and hang out. That is awesome. So that's it for me for another week. And until next time, which is Monday, probably around like 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, this has been Mint Alpha Lotus with another draft of Edge of Eternities. Stay mint, everybody.